Sometimes it feels like time has stopped. Not the minutes, not the hours, but us. Like something deep inside has fallen silent, as if life once bloomed and now just passes by. But time is not our enemy. It's a gift. And even when everything seems lost, some things can still be repaired. In a small town nestled between quiet hills and morning mist lived an old man named Elijah. He was 84 years old, and he was a watchmaker, not just a craftsman, but a quiet guardian of time. His workshop stood at the corner of two narrow streets. The windows were always a little foggy, and the door creaked like an old memory. Inside, the walls were covered in clocks. Grandfather clocks, pocket watches, wall clocks, cuckoo clocks, and they all spoke, each in its own rhythm. Tick, tick, ding, dong. Elijah never rushed. Every morning he lit a candle, brewed chamomile tea, and sat at his desk. His hands were old, but steady, like a prayer. He often spoke aloud, as if he were talking to the gears and springs. "Well, my friend, someone forgot your worth again. Don't worry, we'll bring you back to life." One rainy day, a young woman walked into the workshop. She looked tired. In her hands, a worn-out pocket watch. "It belonged to my grandfather," she said softly. "It hasn't ticked in years, but I feel like it's still alive." Elijah took the watch gently, examined it carefully. There was rust, dust, but something inside still breathed. "You know," he said, "this isn't just a watch. It's a memory with a heartbeat, and I think it wants to beat again." For the next 3 days, he worked in silence, unscrewing tiny bolts, cleaning gears with oil, whispering something no one could hear. And now and then, he'd lean close and say to the watch, "Don't be afraid. Even if the world forgot you, I can still hear your rhythm." On the third day, at exactly 6 o'clock, the watch began to chime. 6 soft, clear tones, like a voice from the past, like a return. The young woman's eyes filled with tears. "You have no idea what this means to me." Elijah simply smiled, gently, and said, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Matthew 6:21. Sometimes we feel broken, like our lives have stopped ticking, like our soul is out of sync. But God doesn't throw the broken away. He repairs, patiently, silently, with love. Because even when your hands stop moving, His time keeps going. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone you love. New stories every day at 3:15 p.m. Subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.